VFC's travels on YouTube. Munich, Germany. Ah, yeah. No life like the good life. That's what I like to say. I wasn't supposed to have another whole day in Munich, Germany, but weather brought in 2 flight delays with 2 different airlines, so I got myself a hotel at the airport, enjoyed this fantastic brunch when I got up in the morning, and then headed into town on the train to the Munich city center, got myself a streetcar too, dropped off at the Karlsplatz, and here we go, Munich. 32 inches of snow coming tomorrow. My flight should get out before it comes. I've had 2 flights canceled today for ice, so if tomorrow's flight gets canceled, I'll just have to take a train to Venice or something and get out from some place where there's no snow. Yeah. As always, when I'm on vacation, I love walking around, exploring the cities by foot, getting some of the food, enjoying the people, enjoying the culture. Munich has some fantastic architecture, so the plan was I was dropped off in Karlsplatz. I was going to walk down, take in the sights, end up in the Marienplatz and take it from there. I'd end up walking all day long. I did about 10-12 miles when it was all said and done. But I love the city, Munich, and it was raining the whole time. Just had like 33 degrees, but it's not yet snow. It's cold as shit raining. It's definitely not Key West, as you can see, and it wasn't much rain so much as it was wind and hail. But anyway, here I am down in the Marienplatz, and I'm going to explore this old Gothic-style city hall that they got in here. Check this place out. So the Munich city government and mayors have been calling this home since 1874. The building's really fantastic. It's so cool to come in here and see. This building is one of the first sights you see when you come up out of the subway too. It's really cool to see in the daytime, but to come by at night, very, very cool as well. They've got the bell tower with the clock in there too, so you can hear the bell chiming every hour, half hour, however it rolls. But yeah. And then as I'm on my walk, why the heck is there a freaking Michael Jackson shrine in the middle of Munich? I don't understand this. And it's something that's active. People are coming, they're putting pictures of him here. And the only thing I can find as a reason why is I guess Michael Jackson liked classical music. And that statue there is of a classical music composer. So that's the only line that I can make between that shrine and Michael Jackson. So here I ended up at the National Theater. I tried to see if there were any shows. No shows were playing, but they had some flyers out there that I read really quick, so I knew how to get tickets if you wanted to. So I looked like a badass when 2 tourists were asking me about the theater, and I was able to tell them everything like I knew what I was talking about. Yeah, VFC. And what you were just looking at, we made it down to the Odeonsplatz, the Deotine church is there, and a couple of municipal buildings, and then a statue of Ludwig I is here too. Ludwig I was king of Bavaria from 1825 to 1848, was involved in the Napoleonic Wars, and then here we go, it's still Christmas time, I guess. We're in January, but they're still celebrating Christmas in Munich a little bit. Yeah. And here we have the famous Munich Triumphal Arch, and for the record, I was cold, wet, tired and hungry, so I stopped and got some Glühwein and a cheesecake while I was out there too. Now this is the Bavarian State Library. They have all the philosophers. There's 4 statues out front. There's statues of the philosophers inside. I remember in high school, this girl would always tell me these Confucius say jokes, so it was pretty cool to finally see Confucius here in Munich, Germany. I kind of closed the loop there. But the library was really a cool vibe. The architecture inside, very grandiose, loved it. Very modern too at the same time, centuries old, and you had a lot of students here studying and researching and everything. And then these doors. The size of these doors must have been some old-ass Germans back in the day when they built this shit. Yeah. VFC's travels on YouTube, the Hofgarten in Germany. It's icy, almost falling off the ice. So the Hofgarten here on the grounds of the Nymphenburg Palace is a summer home of one of the former emperors of Bavaria back in the day. Right now it's cold and it's icy, but very cool, and a whole lot of land just for the summer home. So retracing my steps as we head back to the Marienplatz to get the train back up to the airport hotel, and hopefully my flight goes the next day. This is that Deotine church that we passed before, a Catholic church, as is with most of these centuries-old Catholic churches in Europe. Fabulous and fantastic inside, very impressive. Started being built in 1663 and took about 20-25 years to finish. Yeah. Follow VFC's Travels on Instagram for a lot of great snapshots of this trip, and VFC's Travels on YouTube. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss all these great trips and all these Cliff Clavin notes of my travels.